Hi guys, this is Jeff at Slavens Racing. This video is about how to change the water pump seal on KTM 250 and 300 models. So this actually applies to pretty much any model that has a water pump seal. You can remove the seal with the same method. You know, customers sometimes tell me they pull this whole case off and remove the shaft and yada yada yada, get everything out of there. That's a lot of work. I don't do it that way. All right, so I got ahead of myself here. I was doing this for a friend. I went to the shop to get a new seal, and the guy said, "Oh, did you make a video on that?" And I said, "Yeah, forgot all about that." But anyhow, so I've already got this apart, but I'm going to back up a little bit here and just show you what to do. All right, so first of all, this bike, I've got the tank off of it, but that was for another reason. The tank does not have to be off. The pipe doesn't have to be off. Makes it a little bit easier if the pipe's off to get more direct access to it. But first of all, you have to remove this cover, which means you have to drain the coolant. And on all KTM models, the drains bolt is always on the water pump cover, and it's one that's got, see if you can see that, it's one that's got a copper washer on it. You don't have to really remember which one it is, it's just the one with the copper washer. So on this model, I can tell by the way this is built that this hole goes nowhere, that one goes nowhere. This one does. So this is definitely the drain bolt right here. And then you remove this cover. Before you drain the coolant, I recommend that you leave the radiator cap on at the very beginning. So leave the cap on, remove the bolt, then get your catch container, whatever you're going to use to catch the fluid, up in place, then unscrew the cap, and then the coolant will come blasting out at you. If you do it in the opposite way, you know, when you're unscrewing the bolt, it makes a mess. This way is a little bit cleaner. All right, so we get that coolant out of there, pull this cover off. Then you have to get the water pump off. And the pump is just a simple piece. It's just a plastic piece. And on these, the 17 and newer models, it's a two-piece. And they just fit together. You can't really screw that up. And then there's a crown nut, or a cap nut I believe they call them, that holds it all onto the shaft. So remove this 10 millimeter cap nut. You can just grab this with your fingers and pull it off the shaft. If you have to, if it's a little stuck, you can get like a pipe spring tool or something behind it and pull it off. And then behind this plastic piece is a washer that has, it's a round washer but it has an oval hole in the middle, and that fits over the shaft. So remove the nut, remove the impeller, remove this washer. Then you're ready to get at the seal. Okay, so the way I do it is I just take my little electric drill with a small drill bit, whatever you have. I'm not going to give you a size because it doesn't really matter. Just find something smaller than whatever screw you're going to use. And what I do is I drill a hole towards the very outside edge. You want to get away from the inside lip because you want to get in there and possibly scar the shaft. So get the drill on the outside and just slowly drill until you feel it go through the seal, and then stop drilling because the bearing's behind that. Then you can take just a wood screw, a sheet metal screw, whatever you have around, and screw it into that hole that you just drilled, and then you can just grab the seal and pull it out. It's really just that easy to get out of there. All right, now once you've got it out, you want to make sure you didn't, nerf up anything else, like this shaft. And you want to, on the 17 and newer models, they have this style bearing behind it. And if you tap that with the drill bit, it won't hurt it. Now on the 16 and earlier, I believe that it's got an exposed cage on the bearing. I could be wrong, but I believe it does. And on those, you have to be a little more careful to not get into that cage. All right, guys, so then once you've got it out of there, you want to use some good grease on the inner lip of the seal. This is slick oleum. This is made here in Colorado. And we've got it on our site. We've got it in tubs, or we've got it in smaller containers. And it's just a good product to have around. It's not expensive. It's a good lightweight, really slick seal. This is excellent for fork seals or any other kind of seal. You can use it on a lot of applications. And then you just want to get grease on the inner section here. So you can see I squirted quite a bit in there. Yep, it's coming out the back side too. All right, so now which is the front or the back of the seal? Well, I've inspected the seal pretty closely, and I don't think there is a front or a back, although you can see how it came out. It's a solid black side to the outside, the one that's got the little checkered boards around here to the inside. And then you're going to want to wipe off the outer part of the seal. You don't really want grease on that, because that will allow the seal to pop out under pressure. So wipe that off real well. Okay, because we've got the shaft in the way, you can't use a regular seal driving tool unless you have one that's got a hole in it the size of that shaft or bigger. But I don't, so I'm going to use a 17 millimeter deep well socket and my little baby hammer. And we'll see what we got here. So first you got to there is a step on the shaft right here where it goes from this kind of dull area onto the polished part of the shaft. And you got to wiggle it a little bit. You don't want to force it over that and possibly tear up the seal. Yeah, you can see most of the seal grease came out, but there's still plenty of it in there. So I'm just kind of wiggling it back and forth to get it over that step. There we go. Let's see if I can drive it in. Okay, it's almost in. You got to actually tap on it a little harder than you would think. It goes in pretty tight. Okay, I just want to feel that it's flush. It's not down there on the bottom. Okay, that feels pretty good. It's flush, should be seated. From there, you're going to want to put this washer back on. You got to rotate it until it falls on there. Then put the impeller on. Then you'd want to put a blue thread locker on here, preferably the Stuck Nuts brand, because they're the only guys who are in the motorcycle industry that make that product. And then put this nut on and torque it. I don't have the spec. You can look it up in your owner's manual. I'm not even going to torque it myself. I'm going to put some thread locker on there. I'm going to snug it up. I'm going to put the cover back on, add the coolant, and call it good. All right, guys, I hope this helps you. And like I said, you can use the same procedure on other brands of bikes, on other models of KTMs or the KTM group. This is a GasGas here, 300. And just take your time. It should go on pretty slick. Please subscribe to us on YouTube and like us on Instagram and Facebook. And stop by the store whenever you get a chance. All right, guys, hope to see you on the trail. That's all for now.